Good evening, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy, coming to you live from Applewood Station in Denver, Colorado, where it is a lovely -5 degrees Celsius out here. You can see sort of what's going on outside. I'm try to get this so that it works correctly because I'm usually have, but unfortunately, with the nature of the shininess of things, like, say, the window, it makes this very difficult for me to make this work. So give me a second here. Trying to get so that the camera looks outside but doesn't have much of a reflection. That's better. It's not perfect. Still got some back here you can see, but that's okay. At least you can see outside. And at the moment, the outside's pretty boring. That's okay. I might at some point in time make some kind of barrier that goes around it so that it'll keep it straight and will reflect from outside here and make that work. Who knows? But it's still fun. All right. Back to work, slaves, for us. All right. I've been still dinking around with this. Okay, so you can get it. Just bring it up, and that's kind of useful. Well, put the hand right in the middle of her, though. It's kind of interesting. Kind of cool. Kind of interesting. Not really what I was going for, but that's all right. Who cares? Is this in centimeters? Oh, I think it is. Because if so, we know roughly how big our beloved captain is. Right? We know. Mm-hmm. We actually probably don't, but that's all right. We do. Because we have Chang on a 1 or 2 meter standee, right? And I don't know how close we are here, but this puts her at creepy picture, right? Because this is 1 meter, 1 meter 25, 1 meter 5, meter 5 plus, so 1.57. So we'll make her 157, which is what she's supposed to be. That should make her the correct size for this particular thing. I'm curious if there's... It doesn't really need eye control. All right. Hey, how you doing? It's all about Isabel. I dig that. Now I've got to though figure out who's Isabel. You know, because then it makes me wonder: is what I'm doing tonight all about Isabel? Because these things are important. Kind of need to know this stuff. You know, is all of your art about Isabel? That's the question. These are all the things you wonder about. You don't by any chance happen to know how to map the 3D model or 3D models in Clip Studio, do you? And this has been an ongoing thing. I want to be able to modify the map on this model, and they have recently allowed us to do some modification of the model. And I've got, this is Clip Studio Paint EX3. Well, I'm not a pro artist either. In fact, I'm such a not a pro artist that I am just about, I had to actually kind of bomb out of being an artist. So I am now a part-time artist, going back to school to become an anthropologist. But my comic will continue to be about this culture because that does fascinate me. You do animation. Yo, go animators. It's what my original degree was before they took my degree away. I'm bitter about that. Sweet. I'm Guy. Doesn't it say that? Oh, it does, but it says GS Davis art. But that's only because there's already a Guy Davis comic artist. He's with, I think he's with either DC or Image or maybe both, and he does Hellboy, and I don't do Hellboy. I'm a manga style artist, so I have to go by GS Davis whenever I'm out in the real world because otherwise everybody's like, "I've seen your art," and I'm like, "Nah." Now, Can is my partner. So if you're on Can's channel, Can was here earlier today, and you can message him. I just have to figure out. You can message him in a minute because he's got an bot that publishes things from time to time in our feed that says if you want to contact me, it's this. So I'm Guy. I'm not Can. I'm Guy. I'm the other artist. Usually, yes, I know I got that. Guy is my name. Guy. It's very straightforward. That's literally my name. So hang on real quick. I'll write it out. But not here, apparently. I'll have to do it here. You are in need of commission work. All right. Have you seen any of my work? I mean, like all of this is preventing or is stopping me from futzing with Clip Studio. I'm confused now. Which way are you going, my friend? Do you want me to draw for you, or do you want me to commission you to draw for me? Because if it's the latter, I'm broke. I don't have any money, so that's why I'm back in school, because we artists don't make a lot of money, my friend. And now that I'm in school, boy, I don't have any money at all. I see. You want me to commission you. I get it now. Which is cool. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, sadly, I am broke. I mean, flat broke. If I wrote you a check, it would bounce. Because I'm a single dad and I'm going to school. I've got 2 jobs to pay for all of that. So I appreciate it, though. Appreciate you visiting. And kind of like your sales style. It's very laid back and easy. So I dig it. I just can't do anything, sadly. Still don't know though who's Isabel. These are all the things. Still not sure who Isabel is. Still working that one. What was I going to do? Oh. There we go. I think I lost Isabel. It's all about Isabel, which is fine. I understand. We don't have music. Like, why does this feel weird? I feel like that discussion with Isabel went kind of like the whole thing, Princess Bride, where the six-fingered man shows up and Wesley and Buttercup exit the flame or the forest, and Count Rugen says, "Surrender," and and, and Wesley goes, "Oh, you wish to surrender to me? Very well, I accept." I feel like that was that conversation. We were going backwards and like we weren't quite understanding who was asking what on this one, which I thought was very funny and lovely. I mean, I get it. We're all trying to make money out there, and I'm not begrudging them at all. So can't knock them for that. I can't. There's no way to make it stop being stupid, man. Once it does this add a thing. Why are we stuck with? I am working, by the way. I'm looking around to see if there has been any questions about yeah. Okay. Clip Studio coordinate. That's not helping me. I'm still looking around to see. It still says the same kind of thing, which is click texture, import texture in the object information palette. Well, that's a thing. Hey, some user. The sound is... or I'm just talking weird. That could be the case. I used to practice doing that when I was a kid because it was funny, and I don't know why I did it as a kid. I just did it as a kid. Also, I am putting Clip Studio 3.0 through its paces. So 3.0 might be freaking out a little bit. Like, I'm not seeing... Yeah, 3 is out by a couple of days. So I just happened to be in the right place at the right time with 3. And so it's up and running at this point, which is nice, but yeah, 3.0. The only problem I have is that, they're still doing the same thing they did before. So I personally use only the purchase option on it. I don't want them shutting down Clip Studio because I didn't pay this month or because I'm broke this month or whatever. I don't want them shutting down Clip Studio on me. So I buy the full versions whenever they go up, and I save my ducats in a special savings account for when they upgrade. So it's a thing, but yeah. I'm trying to figure out, though, how to change or alter the map that they put on here. This map. If I can change this map, I don't need to use Daz Studio anymore. So the answer to your question is a little bit ambiguous. They did stop with perpetual license, but then they had a lot of pushback. And so they've got two versions now. They've got a subscription version and a perpetual license version that you can buy. The perpetual license version has no upgradability. So when, like here, when it goes from version 2 to version 3, you have to buy the upgrade to version 3, but it's cheaper by far. And honestly, I would rather do that, because then if I don't have the money for version 4, then I wait until I have the money for version 4. And I don't have to worry about my comic book creation coming to a screeching halt because I didn't pay the $10 or whatever a month for it. So that's good on that point, at least. Yeah, they really are. But I mean, and there's a couple of them. You know, Adobe is a great example of this. There's little to nothing you can do. Adobe is the standard. So I pay right now almost $60 a month for Adobe. It is my single most expensive bill as far as all of the things I do for my art. And it's because I use Photoshop and Premiere and Lightroom and Audition and Character Animator. So I can't just get the Photoshop bundle, but even the Photoshop bundle is $30 a month. So just getting Photoshop. So I kind of am hoping that I don't need to do any more of those other jobs, and I don't have to do editing or anything like that anymore. And B, Clip Studio will kill Photoshop. But I don't like the fact that no matter what, I've got to pay somebody money every month in order for me to use their software. I'm having a real problem with that. But yeah, I'm pleased that Clip Studio listened at all. They didn't. I mean, you're right. They don't have to. They originally were saying we don't have to, and a good portion of the fan base revolted on that one, and they realized their sales were going to take a major hit. Which means that at some point it's going to stop. They're going to just stop selling perpetual license, and it'll be subscription only, because enough people will have joined the subscription bandwagon that they'll go, it doesn't matter if those small portion of our fan base never uses our program ever again. Yeah. Yeah, if I thought I could get away with it, I'd do it. But I don't think I can get away with it. 300 in US dollars or euros? I mean, I guess euros and US dollars are pretty close still. It's the Japanese yen that's taken a hit. I think they're fairly close. Wow. Hmm. So you can still download the Creative Suite, which still has like things like Photoshop and Premiere Pro, just old versions of it, I guess. Do they still run? You need a DVD-ROM. It's awesome. Yeah, I noticed the CS, everything's closed except for the CS6. And you have to have you have to have your own serial number. Like, they don't sell the serial numbers anymore. So as long as you have the license number, they'll let you have your, which I do. I have an old CS6 license number. And I might do this. I might just back myself down to CS6 and go for it. And then just dump everything. Might not be a bad plan. Well, and that's the thing. What do I use in Creative Cloud? I use Photoshop. I use Lightroom, Premiere, and Audition. But I also use Character Creator, or the animation programs. So it's not like I couldn't find something in the original CS6 that would work just fine. And not against the idea. I mean, legitimately, I'm kind of sitting here thinking, maybe it's not a bad idea. Because I think it's all in the original CS6. I think everything's in there. So, yeah. Maybe it's not a bad idea, because I can download it from there, I think. I mean, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Yeah. Well, and I mean, legitimately, I'm getting annoyed with the fact that I either buy 2 copies of Clip Studio, which is not something I want to do, or I pay the $10 a month for the 2 licenses so that I can run Clip Studio perpetual on my laptop, so that I can not have to carry this massive machine with me everywhere, because my desktop is connected to everything on this wall of my office. So there's no way my desktop is going anywhere. My desktop's also a huge gaming PC. And so it's got an awful lot of, so I've been thinking a lot about this and going, well, maybe just getting CS6 and throwing it over there on the other machine and throwing CS6 over here and give me the basics that I need. These days when I'm doing editing, I'm not even doing editing very much, like video editing. It's mostly just cut and trim. You know what I mean? I'm not doing special transitions or anything. They're all assembly edits or insert edits. So it's not that big of a deal. What I might do is download CS6, run CS6 for a couple of months, and see, is this working? Can I run everything I need to run on CS6? And if so, maybe I will just dump Cloud, because Cloud irritates the hell out of me. Like, can we get all of these things? Let's see. It says download it from my app. Somehow I feel like this isn't going to end well. Like, it's going to end up with yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there. I think Adobe's trying to be troublesome as much as they possibly can. What can I download? Ooh, there's some updates out here that need to be updated. Available on my plan. Augmented reality. Oh, Substance Painter. I wanted Substance Painter, but that was too expensive. It also, that's another thing that irritates me. Like, Adobe has, I've at least accepted the fact that I've so far paid about $5,000 to Adobe. by being $50 a month. But in that instance, you pay $50 a month for their core apps. If you want more than the core apps, they'll make you buy them. Like, I want to try Substance Painter, but I can only try it, and then if I like it, I have to pay the money to buy it. And I'm like, well, I'm paying you guys $50 a month. What am I paying you $50 a month for? And that always bothers me. I mean, if you think about it, I've been paying $50 a month since exactly. I mean, let's talk about this, right? It's been almost 10 years, right? So I think I started paying for Creative Cloud in right about 2014. So, I mean, that's not even complicated math, but it's complicated for me to do it this time of night, right? It's 120 months times 50. Yeah, $6,000. It's actually $6,000 because it's 120 months. I've been paying for it since 2014. So that's $6,000. And you're right, that's a used car. I could have donated that extra $50 to my mortgage and knocked $6,000 off of it. I mean, that's pretty brutal. So it really does bother me. Which is one of the reasons why I'm kind of like, I'm probably getting close to done here, with Adobe. It's it's been so much, so many things, and I don't know. Yeah. Wow. My first registration date was February 10th, 2014. So, I mean, it was literally last month, 10 years ago last month. And I have been with them since, because I've been trying to be a professional artist for a decade now. And that hasn't worked, which is why I'm back in school to be an anthropologist. Because at least I'm interested in anthropology, and that seems interesting, and I know I can probably do something meaningful as an anthropologist. So don't get me wrong, I'm not upset about having to change my career choices at this point. I like the new track I'm going on, and it's not going to stop me from doing my comic book. It's just going to slow me down, because my comic book is an exercise in culture. I'm trying to develop a culture inside there in Bellatrix Rising that is a utopia, and make it work, like all the way down, like all the pieces work and all the bits work. And so, I mean, that's been one of my, so I won't be stopping Bellatrix Rising. It'll just slow down a little. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm like, everybody wants a piece of my monthly income. And if my monthly income is sporadic, That's not good. I only have 5 minutes left, guys. And then our night show is out. So it's just a thing. You know? It's interesting that Adobe is trying to mimic DaVinci's anything. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you've been here. You and I have had some phenomenally interesting discussions. We've had some really cool talks about a lot of things. And so, I'm very interested in all of this. So I think it's going to be fun to do. And so I'm kind of looking forward to kind of doing that, I bet you I could probably just make this work with this particular figure. I just wish I could make some more landmarks so that I wouldn't have to work so hard. I mean, I don't mind having to work so hard on this, but I wish that I could make some more landmarks that would make it better. Yep, so we'll get going here in a minute because tomorrow is my busy day at school. I've got biology at 8 o'clock, and then at 9:30 I have Japanese that goes until 11:30. That's a 2-hour class, and then I get a little lunch break, and then I have archaeology starting at 12:30 that goes until 1:45. It's a little stiff. The day's a little rough. Then I have a tooth cleaning, apparently. I'm going to the dentist, and they're going to clean my teeth, which I could use. I totally like having clean teeth. Weird, but true. So, go get a cleaning. Then after that, I help my buddy with groceries because he's having a problem with cars right now. So I'm fetching him and taking him to go get groceries, which is great because actually I kind of need to get groceries myself. So I kind of like that. It's useful. So that's my tomorrow, which reminds me, tomorrow night's show might be late. Only because I know that last Tuesday, I took Raph shopping, and it just ran past the 9 o'clock hour. And I came back in, and I was here about 10-ish or so, and then I was like, I'm just going to go to bed. So I may not be here, but Wednesday morning, I should be on like normal. So Wednesday morning should be a normal day with me doing normal stuff in the morning, so you can join me Wednesday morning, which I think is your Wednesday night, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, because this is the middle of the night for you, isn't it? Like, it's really early morning. So typically I think I'll be on my normal time on Wednesday, which might be, I don't know whether that's Thursday for you or not. That's not tomorrow morning. It's the morning after tomorrow morning. It's 6. So you're 1 hour ahead of the UK, which is good because I've got the UK as a time that I'm watching over here, because sometimes I have to communicate with people in the UK, and so I tend to do that. And of course I have Japan marked because Japan, I love Japan. Just saying. I will always love Japan. So it's my second home. Hopefully we'll be able to do a couple of Japanese trips relatively soon. That'd be nice. So, all right. We have in South Carolina. We're 2 hours behind South Carolina. Yeah. You should put the mountain time zone on there too. Because you never know. But both of you guys are one day up. So it's already Tuesday morning for all of you guys. It's still Monday night for us. So, I don't know. Time zones start to mess with my brain. So there's that. All right. It's 1:01. So if I don't go to bed, I've got to be up at 6 so that I can go to school. Because unfortunately, by the time I get my butt in the shower and get moving and do all the things, I am generally I'm not doing so good. So, alrighty, I'm going to get going. I hope you have a wonderful evening, my friend. It's good to see you. And I'll see you Wednesday, which might be your Thursday. I don't know. You're welcome, and thanks for the great conversation. I always enjoy talking to you. It's good to have you here. I'm glad to see you, and I'll see you at the next stream. And for everybody else, I hope you have a great day / evening / night. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye.